That night, just as he convinced himself he could cut ties cleanly, his phone buzzed. "Nathan, we need to talk. I was at the market near your place yesterday. I think I saw you. And I know you're hiding something." The words glowed on the screen like a fuse sparking. He knows. Adrian's world tilted. He sat in the dark, phone clutched in a shaking hand, feeling the collapse of everything: his job, his disguise, his secret, his fragile heart. The next message came before dawn. "Nathan, please. Just tell me the truth." Monday felt like a death march. Aria went through the motions, shaving, corset, wig, makeup, but her reflection in the mirror didn't look like power or security anymore. It looked like a mask about to crack. All day, Nathan's text burned in her mind: "I think I saw you. I know you're hiding something." By 6 p.m., she couldn't stall anymore. When the buzzer rang, her hands shook as she opened the door. Nathan stood there, his expression unreadable. Not angry. Not smiling. Just tired. "Hi," he said softly. "Hi," Aria whispered. Her voice felt like tissue paper. He stepped inside. The silence between them was unbearable. Finally, he spoke. "1 minute you kiss me like I'm the only person in the world. The next you run from me like I'm poison. And then I saw someone at the market. A guy. Looked exactly like you. Aria, I can't do this. Just tell me what's going on." Her throat tightened. Adrian's instinct screamed to run, but there was nowhere left to run to. Tears blurred her vision. I can't keep lying to you." Nathan reached for her arm gently. "Then don't." The dam burst. "It's all a lie," she sobbed. "Aria isn't real. My name is Adrian. I lost my job. My boss, she made me this offer. If I became Aria, if I played this role, I could have my career back. I never meant for it to go this far. I never meant to hurt you." Nathan just stared, his jaw tight, his eyes searching her face. Then, finally, he whispered. "So, you're a man." Adrian nodded, shaking, waiting for disgust, anger, betrayal. "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry." But the explosion never came. Nathan sank onto the couch, rubbing his temples. After a long silence, he said the last thing Adrian expected. "You know what's crazy? I don't care." Adrian blinked through tears. "What?" Nathan lifted his gaze. "Yeah, I'm shocked. Yeah, I need to wrap my head around this. But when I think about the last few weeks, I wasn't falling for a dress or a wig. I was falling for you. The way you laugh. The way you wrinkle your brow when you're thinking too hard. The way you make even the worst day feel lighter. That's real. That's what I want." Adrian's breath caught. You still want me? After everything?" Nathan leaned forward, wiping a tear from Adrian's cheek with his thumb. His voice was steady. "I don't care if you're Adrian or Aria. I just care that you're honest. Be whoever you are. Just don't shut me out." For the first time in weeks, the crushing weight on Adrian's chest lifted, replaced by something fragile but real, hope. The next morning, Aria was summoned to Veronica's office. She stood by the window, hands clasped behind her back, her reflection blending with the skyline. When she turned, her eyes were colder than ever. "I know about Nathan Evans," she said flatly. "I know he was at your apartment last night. I know he knows." Adrian's blood ran cold. "This was not part of our arrangement," Veronica continued. "Aria Cole belongs to this company. Not to you. Not to him. You have a choice. End it now and recommit yourself to the role, or walk out that door as Adrian Cole, unemployed and forgotten." Her words were like iron shackles, love or survival. The mask or the man. And for the first time, Adrian realized his fate wasn't in Veronica's hands anymore. It was in his. Adrian sat frozen in Veronica's office, the skyline glittering like a cruel reminder of everything at stake. Choose wisely, Veronica said, her voice smooth as ice. Aria means security, influence, wealth. Adrian means obscurity and hunger. It's him or me. Her gaze was unflinching. The silence stretched until it felt suffocating. Adrian wanted to scream. To demand why his life had been reduced to a cruel game of masks. Instead, he forced out, "I need time." Veronica's lips curved in a smile that wasn't a smile at all. "You have until tomorrow morning. After that, Adrian Cole ceases to exist in this building, one way or another." She turned back to the window, dismissing him like a pawn moved off the board. That night, Adrian sat before his mirror. On one side of the vanity, wig, makeup, the chic dress he wore for the office. On the other, worn jeans and an old t-shirt. Two versions of himself. Neither felt whole. His phone buzzed. Nathan's name lit up the screen. "Nathan, thinking of you. Whatever happens, I'm here." Adrian's eyes blurred. Nathan saw him, not the performance, not the polish. But could love really shield him from the collapse Veronica promised? The next morning, Adrian walked into Veronica's office, heart pounding. She didn't even turn from the window. "Well?" she asked. Adrian swallowed. "You asked me to choose. And I realized something last night." Finally, she faced him. "And? I've spent weeks pretending. Pretending to be what you wanted, pretending to be what the world expected. But when I'm with Nathan, I'm not pretending. That's real." Her eyes narrowed to slits. "So you choose him. You choose poverty, mediocrity, disgrace." Adrian lifted his chin. "I choose me." The words left his mouth like a spark hitting dry tinder. Terrifying. Liberating. Veronica's expression hardened into stone. "Then you're finished here. Effective immediately." She pressed a button on her desk. Security appeared like shadows. "Escort Mr. Cole out. Permanently." Adrian didn't fight. He didn't beg. As the guards walked him through the gleaming hallways, whispers trailed behind him. Aria Cole had vanished. Adrian Cole was reborn, though broken, unemployed, uncertain. Outside, the city roared, indifferent to his collapse. Rain began to fall, cold and steady, plastering his hair to his forehead. He had nothing. No job. No money. Just a heart that beat faster at the thought of Nathan's message still glowing on his phone. And for the first time, Adrian wondered, maybe losing everything wasn't the end. Maybe it was the beginning. That evening, drenched and exhausted, Adrian stood outside his apartment. He barely had the strength to climb the stairs. But when he reached his floor, Nathan was there. Waiting. "You're soaked," Nathan said, rushing to him. "What happened?" Adrian's voice cracked, raw with equal parts fear and relief. "I chose you. I chose the truth." Nathan didn't hesitate. He pulled Adrian into his arms, rain-soaked hoodie and all, holding him like someone who never planned to let go. And for the first time in weeks, Adrian let himself breathe. Unemployment tasted bitter. By Monday morning, Adrian was no longer striding through the polished marble floors of Harrington and Knox. Instead, he sat at his kitchen table in sweatpants, staring at a blank laptop screen. His inbox flooded with rejection emails from job applications he'd fired off in a panic. Every "we regret to inform you" felt like a nail in the coffin Veronica had promised for anyone who crossed her. And worse, rumors were already spreading. Former colleagues messaged him cautiously. What happened? One day Aria was on the fast track, the next, gone. Did you really get caught in some scandal with Veronica? I heard you lied about your background. Adrian deleted them all. Each word confirmed what he feared. Veronica wasn't just done with him, she was erasing him. If not for Nathan, the collapse might have consumed him. Nathan brought groceries when Adrian's fridge was bare. He dragged him out for walks when the walls of his apartment pressed too close. One evening, as they sat eating takeout on the couch, Nathan finally said what Adrian had avoided for days. "You're more than that job, Adrian. You're more than her project. She can't define you." Adrian stared at the half-eaten noodles in his bowl. "But she can destroy me. She already has. My resume's poisoned. No one will touch me." Nathan leaned closer, voice firm. "Then we build something new. Together." The word together wrapped around Adrian like a lifeline, but Veronica wasn't finished. A week later, Adrian received a letter by courier. Heavy paper. Expensive ink. The kind that carried both weight and threat. It was from Harrington and Knox's legal department. Cease and desist. The letter accused him of violating confidentiality, of damaging the company's image. Buried in the legal jargon was the real threat: stay quiet, disappear, or face financial ruin in court. Adrian's hands shook as he read. "She's not letting me go," he whispered. Nathan skimmed the letter, his jaw tightening. "She's trying to scare you. That's all this is." But Adrian knew better. Veronica didn't bluff. That night, staring at his reflection, half shadow, half light, Adrian realized something. His life as Aria had ended, but the mask wasn't gone. It lingered. Not as a prison now, but as a possibility. He could bury it forever, stay Adrian, broke but honest. Or he could reclaim it, not for Veronica, not for Harrington and Knox, but for himself. A thought crept in, dangerous but thrilling. What if Aria could live on, outside their control? He didn't know if he had the courage. He didn't know if Nathan would still stand beside him. But for the first time, he saw the mask not as chains, but as a weapon. And weapons, in the right hands, could rewrite the story.